to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from here, and this has been like a therapy session.
This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. This is a bit of a weird interview, if I'm being honest. I'm joined by Aftv'S Robbie Lyle. How you doing, mate?
I made it, man. I made it onto IFL TV.
You've been on IFL before. You've held the camera. You've been in front of the camera. Yeah, people don't know that unless you were like a long-time subscriber of IFL, but we've got a lot of history there, Robbie.
Listen, I've said it before on many interviews. The reason why I started AFTV is because you were doing this. And me and you are good friends. We go way back. We used to go to watch games at Highbury. I remember I was trying to get you involved in AFTV, but Robbie, I'm too busy doing this, which, I understand. But yeah, listen, it's great to be on here, man. And it's great to see you still doing your thing, man. And so many different people in there doing interviews and that. And I know they've been inspired by you. And you inspired me to do it. So well done.
That's not on just this record. You've mentioned this. You mentioned this after 5 years at your anniversary launch. Remember that?
That's the last of the big ups for him as well.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
There we go. So let's talk about AFTV. Obviously, you only benefit when we lose. So you want us to lose. You want Arsenal to lose. That's what everyone says. That's what Simon Jordan says. Ray Parlour. All these people say this.
Yeah, we're going to pack up now and go home. You know what I mean? We're bankrupt now. You know what I mean? Because nothing to do. Now, listen. As you know. That's a ridiculous thing. I'm loving it at the moment. It's fantastic that the team's doing so well. You know what I mean? We're top of the league. Listen, it's just a high at the moment down there at the Emirates. The fans are loving it. The players are connected with the fans. And yeah, it was a real good times. It's been a long time in the making, but it's really good at the moment.
Well, listen, me and you were obviously present around the time of the first double winning squad of 98. Remember that goal where Steve Bowles chips it over to Tony Adams and he bangs it in. We were there at the 4-0 win at So we've had all the kind of the good times at Arsenal. But I have to say, when people say about we moved to the Emirates back in 2006, we was at the last actual game. Me and you were there at the Aston Villa game. Yeah. And after that, that's been 16 years now, and there's been no league trophy. And as an Arsenal fan, that's frustrating as fuck because we were kind of in our earlier era used to so much, say dominance because it was always Man United, but then after Man United it was Arsenal. But 16 years with no league trophy is a travesty.
If somebody had told us that when me and you used to go to Highbury and we'd be sat there, like you said, watching double winning teams, watching invincible teams and stuff like that, if somebody would have said, and you're going to move to that new stadium and go 16 years without a trophy, we would have thought they're mad because it was us and Man United at that time. But listen, we've had to sink pretty low to start making our way back. And I feel at the moment we're starting to make our way back. I really do. Under Mikel Arteta, from the day he come in, he said, listen, I want to bring this club back to where it should be. I want to connect the fans with the players. He said a lot of things and you hear it at the time and you're like, sounds great, and I really truly see signs of what he said. I see a lot of that starting to come into place. It's still early in the season. But we started well. Pre-season we were great. We come into the season ready, and we're getting the fruits of that now. So long may it continue, man. It's just really fantastic to see.
Look, as an Arsenal fan, you kind of have the same mentality around our managers because we've only experienced in our lifetime. Well, it's obviously we had George Graham, obviously before the Wenger years, but. When it come to the change, and it was a big change, Wenger had been there for so long, Emery come in, and I was always a case of give the guy a chance, etc. That didn't work out. Then it was Arteta. And then Arteta's had a lot of criticism from Arsenal fans. You got people like Piers Morgan. I saw him tweet the other day and going to me, look, I've got it wrong. And I'm thinking to myself, Piers, you openly have slandered Mikel Arteta on social media and how this kind of trust the process term or whatever, but surely, listen, I'm like with you, like just give the manager a chance, like 2 years to kind of even see whether there's potential or progress, and I think with Arteta now, we are seeing that part now.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, listen, when he first came in, you know the thing that I really do think helped him massively was when he won the FA Cup. He credited a lot by doing that. You know what I mean? He won a trophy. So he come in and, because remember, he had 2 seasons of finishing 8th place. But by winning the FA Cup, he'd given a trophy to the fans. So a lot of fans were like, all right, let's see what you can do. And I think, even last season, missing out on the top 4, let's be real, at the start of the season, who said nobody thought we were going to get top 4. We were sort of punching above our weight and we nearly got it. It was a shame to lose out to Tottenham. But there was a lot of encouraging signs. And this year now, with a couple of good signings, we're now starting to see a really different team. And you've got to credit him, man. I mean, if somebody says trust the process, and then you're starting to see the process work out, you've got to big him up. You know what I mean? Just the same way, like if he said trust the process and it was falling apart, he'd probably be gone. You've got to give managers credit when they're getting it right.
Right, well, I say we could go neck and neck with City if City didn't have Erling Haaland.
Do you know what?
Take Erling Haaland out of the team, I'd be more confident.
Even with Haaland out the team, remember they won the league without even a striker. You know what I mean? They've won it without a striker and they were being chased down by Liverpool. So they're a great side. You know what it is with them? They've just got an unbelievable squad, right? And we got to respect that. We're not there yet. We don't have that squad yet. I personally feel that, at the moment we're doing brilliantly, but we just don't have the squad that they have. You know what I mean? The other day when I saw them win, what was it? Not last week, the week before. I forgot who did they play, but
Tottenham the week before.
Sorry?
Tottenham the week before Liverpool.
No, I'm not on about us. I'm on about City. They played a game the other day. They were missing like half of their defence. They still won about 5-0. You know what I mean? Like when they miss players, it's not even an issue for them. You know what I mean? So they've just got an unreal squad. So we're behind them at the moment, but what I like is we are making progress towards them. And I and a lot of Arsenal fans just want to see Arsenal challenging. We're not normally in these conversations, KUGAN. When was the last time someone said to you, do you reckon Arsenal could win the league this year? Unless they were bantering you. You know what I mean? So it's good to be in the conversation.
Oh dear, it's still tragic though. Just that we're looking for conversation about Arsenal being even in the top 4 now.
No, you know what?
Yeah.
Right? At least we're involved, right? For a long time, we've not been involved. You know what I mean? We get linked to a player. Everybody goes, what player's that? How much? 50 million? And just start laughing. You ain't going to buy him. Now we are involved in those conversations. So it's good to be. I think we're back. We're coming back.
Okay, well, listen, we were here to talk about football because me and you love football and we love Arsenal, obviously, but we are here, Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall in action this week from the recent scheduled event from a month ago, but this is kind of the peak of women's boxing. There's 2 fights on this card. I know you'll know about the main event as well with Shields and Marshall. We've got Baumgardner and Michaela Mayer, but yeah, it's going to be a different vibe at the O2 this Saturday, but I'm all for it.
Oh, listen, I think this is a game changer, isn't it? Like a all-female bill. One thing I know, right, every time I watch female boxers, it's always a great fight. You very rarely see them have a boring fight, do you? They really leave it all out there, you know what I mean? And these two have got me hooked, KUGAN, right? I mean, especially Shields. Like all the trash talking and all that, I've loved it, right? And these two are two really great fighters, right back from their amateur days, and I can't wait for this fight. This is it's like in football, isn't it? With the women, how they won the Euros and that. This feels like that moment for boxing. This bill, for me, it feels like that moment.
Someone you know well here, Spencer Oliver.
Can we come round?
Come round. I don't know how we're going to do this. Because I'm not going to say anything.
Quite easy, mate.
What? Wait there.
Easy, mate.
Wait there.
No problem, mate.
Right, don't move.
We're on my tiptoes, son.
Spencer's a gooner.
No, I'm not.
I thought he was a gooner.
No, I'm a Yido. I'm Tottenham.
Are you Tottenham?
Yeah, but all my family are Arsenal, right? So it goes back to my granddad, my dad, my uncles, my wife, my daughter. I don't know what happened.
What went wrong, mate?
Well, so I'll tell you where it was. I'll give you the story. So it was my mum's dad was a Tottenham fan, and he passed away when I was about 6 or 7. And I was always Tottenham from then. I never changed it because I'm not like you lot, like, you know what I mean? Whoever's the top of the league, you go to like, oh yeah, I'll support them. I'm Man United this year, and I'm Liverpool this year, and all that. I don't do that. So yeah, that's the story anyway.
It's horrible. I can't even argue with him, innit? You give me a punch.
No, never.
He's not that way inclined. But
Did you watch the game the other day though, when we played you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was painful. It was painful. It was painful. Yeah, it was a massacre,
deserved
wasn't
it,
it?
though, didn't
It was.
we?
Yeah. Do you know what though? You're a solid team now. To be fair, like a solid team, like best team you've been for years. Because you've been pretty shit, to be honest, haven't you, for quite a while. But now actually you've turned it around. Whereas Tottenham's been steady. They've been steady for the last few years.
You know what surprised me about Tottenham, right? It was how defensive you guys were. I mean, when I look at the players you've got, I'm like, actually, you've got a very, very good side. The front three, one of the best front threes in European football. But they spent nearly all the game in our half, you know what I mean, on the edge of our box.
Yeah, but
and I'm like, that ain't going to hurt us if they're there. I want them to be there.
Yeah, but that was down to you guys were being very aggressive, though, weren't you? Like, I think you took it, you went out there and took it, and yeah, I think tactically you just got it right. Yeah.
Fair enough.
so
I'll take that.
So is he like welcome again on Talk Sport? Because we know every time he comes on there, you lot try to throw him under the bus and try
I don't, because I don't really
Mate
know
Simon
anything.
does.
I don't know anything about football. Simon might do, yeah, but then, as you know, that Simon's, he's very opinionated, and you know.
Are you punching for us?
Do you know what? If you was the first person that said that, if I took everyone's, like, if I'd done what everyone's asked me to do for them, this is what I'd be doing to Simon. I'd be going.
But I heard him saying that he's training for some fight or something.
No, he's training. No, he's gone training today. He's like.
Robbie, fancy it?
He started training.
Don't deal with that.
He has started training. He started boxing. Yeah, do you know what? He is such a boxing nut. He loves it so much. I think that this is why he started to do it. I think because when you start doing training, you recognise what it is and respect it a lot more. Do you know what I mean? And so I think maybe that's why he started doing it.
Yeah, listen, I've got to say, right, and it ain't just because you're here. I love when I listen to that show. I love your bit when you speak about the boxing and that.
Nice.
You know what I mean? And I always love your punditry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're always just spot on. You know what I mean?
Cheers, man.
Exceptional.
Brilliant.
Even for a Tottenham fan.
He's wallet out. Wait, watch the moths.
Cheers.
Go on, I'll take 40 quid. Go on, have a score. Yeah, take your money.
No. So, honestly, if you want your knowledge and everything of the fight game, I just feel like I'm listening to somebody that obviously you as a top fighter, but you're just giving us your knowledge. And it's so interesting. It's so interesting to hear.
It's passion. Like when you're passionate about something, like you're passionate about football. When you're passionate about something, that comes out. Like and people like, and I think that's what people like. They feel the enthusiasm. Where you're passionate about it, you speak about it, and you hear the passion in the voice. I think that's really important. Because I've never fallen out of love with boxing. I've always loved boxing, because of what happened to me, I suppose. I sort of wake up one day and I'm still thinking like a fighter. I never had the fight knocked out of me, so I've always had this burning passion inside of me.
Every time I hear you talking about it, I hear that's what I hear, the passion.
Yeah,
Love
sure.
it. Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, look, listen, guys, thank you very much. I know you've done an interview with Razza.
Not done an interview with Razza, no.
He's waiting for you, mate.
Yeah, I know he's waiting for me. I'm going to go and see him now. I'm going to see him now. All right.
Mate, do you know what? I'd like to come on with Robbie, because when I come on to TalkSport, Spencer got me on to TalkSport, one of the first things Simon wanted to ask me about was about you and Arsenal Fan TV, and I did back you. 100%.
Well done for backing
I've known you for 22 years, of course.
Why don't we set it up then?
Do you know what? On my own, I wouldn't be confident against Jordan, yeah? But me and you, we can tag team him, right? We can tag team
That's it, and then I won't help Jordan out either anyway, so don't
Jim
worry.
White will sit on the fence as well.
No, Jim White will get the ladle out, mate, and he starts just going, oh, really? Yeah, really? Yeah, nice. All right, Cougs, thanks a lot. Robbie.
No worries. Thank you.
All right, guys.
Thank you. All right, Robbie, thank you very much for talking to Aftv's TV, and we'll grab a word with you after the event on Saturday
To
night.
the fight, man. Can't wait for the fight. And it's once again, I feel this is going to be a special fight.
Look forward to it. Thank you very much, Robbie.
Nice one, man.
Cool.
I'm gonna share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light. Yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from it, and this has been like a therapy session.